Thank you very much, Ken Workington. Welcome, everybody, to a Saturday night at the Big M. We are ready to go in the sulky with the Buckeye, Dave Miller. And Dave, what a difference a year makes. Last year, you couldn't win a race during the month of January. This year, you're off to a hot start.
Yeah, it's going much better than last year, that's for sure. I guess just better horses.
Well, that makes the difference. You have to have something between the shafts to drive. And speaking of better horses, I have to ask you, what happened last night with Laugh and Be Happy? She was so dominant in her first two starts, and she wasn't bad last night, but she wasn't herself.
Right. The only thing I can figure is the missing the time. I hadn't raced. We did qualify her, but, that's not the same as racing, and this might have been a little short, or she felt fine. She was good and sound, so I'm thinking she'll get better.
Well, I guess if you're going to get beat, you want to get beat in a leg rather than the final of the Cape and Cutter. But she is some kind of nice mirror. It looks like she just drives with two fingers.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Just a pleasure to be around.
All right, well, congratulations on the big final win with Alexi Matosi a week ago, too. That was a pretty cool deal. Now, I've got to call you out on something, Dave, and you know I'm a big fan of yours. You're one of my favorite drivers. I've been a big fan since you were at Raceway Park in Toledo, Ohio, when I worked there, mid-'80s with It's a Date. But twice now, you have opted off my namesake, McKee Largo, and I'm kind of taking that personal. What's up with that?
It's nothing personal, just business.
Well, he's kind of like me, short, slow, and a little bit ornery too, so I can't blame you. Dave, let's get to your drives tonight. First, though, the weather. It's raining out there. It's going to be sloppy. It's above freezing, so we're in the mid-30s or so. But do you drive any different in weather like this?
No, not really. If the track has a bias, then you got to kind of play it by ear. But it's business usual. Usual. Well,
let's look at your drives tonight. You had a lot of tough choices to make, including in the first race with number 10, Best Magic for Casey Coleman. You opted for this one over Dream Proof and Rock and Roll Band. Is this kind of some trainer loyalty, or what went into your decision?
Well, yeah, it's some trainer loyalty. The horse raced very well last week, and he's actually taken another drop in class. The post isn't the best, but I think he can overcome it.
Rock and Roll Band you did great with a couple of years ago for Rucker. He was a real high-speed horse, and he's taken a big drop, too. That had to be a tough call.
Yeah, it was tough. I like the horse, and like I said, it's a tough call, but like I said, I think the other horse has a little better shot.
All right, moving on to the second race, you've got number 7, Michael's Marvel, your choice over Jimmy Cowan, a distinct color, and Zeppelin Blue Chip, who you won with last time. A lot of pressure because Mark Harder's on vacation down under, watching on Sky Channel 2, even as we speak, so he's going to critique that drive. What do you think of Michael's Marvel?
Well, I've driven him some in the past, and, he has a lot of back class, and, I think that alone will help him get there, Last week, he hasn't been drawn. Last week, he took off the gate, which really isn't his style. He likes to be out and going, and that's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay, we'll look for him to be a little more aggressive in the early stages tonight. Third race, Division of the Aquarius, number 4, Malicious. Looks like a weird horse. Looks like you have to drive the tar out of him every step of the mile.
Yeah, you know what? He's very easy to drive, really. It's just he won't go anymore what you ask him. And he's got some gate speed, and he really likes the front end. So we're going to try to get him there, and hopefully he can hang on.
Well, he was a stablemate, a shadow play for Dr. Ian Moore as a 2-year-old, and early on I thought he was the second coming. He was highly touted.
Yeah, they was real high. Well, even myself was real high on him. He was a real nice 2-year-old, and he just didn't get much faster, and that was his only downfall. Mark Ford's got him now. I added Lasix to him, and he's coming around. He's a decent horse.
Okay, well, you're not in the fourth race. We flip ahead to the fifth race. Number 8, Cinderella Guy, won with him with a perfect trip on the big class drop. Is this level a touch too high for him, or what do you think?
Yeah, it might be a little high for him. He's got a lot of class to him, too. He just got to get the right trip.
Now, is this the type of horse you're going to leave and try to sit up close? Do you have to trip him out to win?
Well, I don't think he needs that kind of a trip to win, but he just definitely needs to be in a little better spot than he was a couple starts back before then. Like I said, this might be a little tough for him, so there's some speed inside of us, so we'll just have to play it by ear.
Sixth race, first leg of the pick 4 with a $100,000 guarantee. You've got number 9, Deuce Sealster, the Ontario 2-year-old champ. You actually won a Confederation Cup, you were second to some beach somewhere, weren't you, in the Confederation Cup with him?
Yeah, I like this horse a lot. Obviously hasn't really been on top of his game either. But he's got a lot of back class, and he's a pleasure to drive. And I took him for that reason there.
Now, a lot of his starts have been on the half-mile tracks. He just makes so much money over at Yonkers. Is the mile track an issue for him at all, or no difference?
He's raced out here a few times with some success. So no, I wouldn't say that. He's a quality horse, and he's worth taking notice of.
All right, 7th race, number 4, Bongo. Dave Brower and I are calling you out on this. No phone call last week. You paid $200 with this horse.
Yeah.
Shipped in from Ohio. Couldn't believe how well he raced.
Well, he did race in the Open at Lebanon,
Yeah, that translates well to the big end.
You know what? I mean, the horse race just unbelievably. Every step last week, I'd move him. He just was full of pace, and I mean, through the stretch, he just thundered home. I mean, he just raced unbelievable good.
And you picked him over Tough Chip in this race, who might have had a shot in a wide open field. You must think there's a little more to this horse than we saw on paper.
Well, if he comes back the way he was last week, yeah, I think you'll hear of him again.
Well, we missed the wedding. Maybe we won't be there for the funeral. Maybe he'll make it 2 in a row tonight. That's Bongo, the Bombs Away winner from a week ago in race 7. 8th race, a horse I've always liked, number 8, My Panmar. Problem is he's 10 years old now, and he looks like he kind of has a mind of his own. You tripped him out last time, and he had no go.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's getting up there, and maybe lost a step or two, and he knows when things ain't going good. He takes care of himself. So he missed a week, and just try to trip him out again. He's still got some tread on the tires there, so to speak, but things got to go his way.
Looked like you kept him off the gate last week on purpose. Tried to stay about a quarter length off.
Yeah, you know what? That does seem to help him. If you want to race him off the pace, don't put him up in there, because once he gets up in there, he does want to go, and he can be a handful.
I remember that horse. He was going to win the Breeders' Crown, I think, when he was a 5-year-old or something like that. Campbell was driving him if he just found racing room up in Canada. High-speed horse. I've always liked him, but again, at 10 years old, we'll just see how he does. 9th race, you opted for number 5, Worthy's Magic, your choice over Totally DeVee and Royal Nation for Virgil Morgan. I was a little surprised at that, but you won with him last time out.
Yeah, I mean, this horse, he fools me, I mean, he won his qualifier so good, and then his next start he didn't race any good, and he raced very sharp last week. And, I thought it'd be worth taking, even though he's up in class, I thought it'd be worth taking another shot.
10th race, number 3, Tobago K's in the Aquarius. Very nice horse. He's out of Bunny Lake. Made a lot of money last time. You drew okay, but I don't know what to make of him.
Yeah, he's kind of a one-run type horse. He's got a lot of speed and, very handy horse. He just lacks a little bit of finish against these on the big track.
The 11th race, number 2, Cam Shaft Hanover. Talk about a horse I can't figure out. Sometimes he kicks in and flies home. Other times he doesn't seem to. A lot of ability, but a weird horse.
Yeah, I like the horse a lot. He has a lot of feet problems, and when the track's too hard, or if he's hurting any at all on his feet, he don't give a good effort. But when he's sound, and you can tell scoring him down if he's any good or not. And last week he was very sharp. The track tonight may not suit him, but like I said, he's a nice horse.
12th race, number 7, JL's Man of Action. Your pick over Sign of the Moment. Hikes up, but you just went right down the road first off the claim for Casey.
Yeah, I was real impressed with him last week. He went very handy. I mean, just a very good mile.
And in the finale, you pick up the drive on number 5, Really Rockin'. You actually qualified him here in December. Not the toughest field around. He looks all right in there.
Yeah, he fits in here real well, and got a good post. There's some nice horses in here, I think on the outside of his couple, the 8 and 9 both look pretty nice, so just depends how the trip works out for him.
All right, Dave Miller, thanks for the insight on your drives tonight. Keep up the great work. Thanks for taking time to be in the sulky. The birthday boy, Dave Brower, coming up next, so stay tuned.
All right.